for me playing against Mount Brook, that's always been their scheme. Always had the same defense, coverages. So pretty much, I just love their fast pace and just how they play. They play with force.
Yeah, they got a lot of new starters this year. They graduated 43 seniors last year, but one thing about it is, Coach Yeager that had those guys ready to play when it come start of playoff time. Next game we got, and this one right here. We split on this one. Me and Dex did. Me being from Shelby County, I knew a little bit about Vincent, and we took Vincent and Central, and Vincent was victorious 57-0. What people don't realize, Vincent, down in South Shelby County, down 280, they have really been, making some noise down there in the lower class the last couple of years, and making a run in the state last year. And I can see them this year, being very poised, ready for another run, this year. So I got that one right, and Dex took a little slide on that one. The next one we got is going to be Greenville and Charles Henderson, and we both kind of figured that one's going to be, Charles Henderson's a lot stronger than Greenville, and they won 39-6 on that one. Now the other one, I had to go with the city guys in the city on this one, Fairfield and John Carroll. And I took an L on that one. John Carroll won 45-28, and John Carroll is actually, they've been dormant for a while. They're actually making a little noise out there in Birmingham as well. So they're back winning. They won 45-28 over John Carroll. The next game right here.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Let's see what teams. They've been on a downslide. Fairfield, if I'm not mistaken, they've given up 80 points within the last 2 weeks. If I'm not mistaken. They've been giving up a lot of points.
It's about time. It's about time to look at getting a new D coordinator. You get on that many.
Oh, for sure.
The next game was really interesting. Hoover was 0-2 going this game for the first time since 2000, I think, 13. 13. They're going 0-2, and they played Spain Park. And now everybody knows that Hoover and Spain Park are pretty much, in the same city anyway. They're both Hoover and on different sides of the highway, because on Lorna Road, one side is Hoover, one side is Spain Park. So that's a big thing right there. And Hoover actually went in. The game was close, and they pulled it out. And closing minutes 28-20 over Spain Park. So that tells Spain Park is making some noise over there. They're playing football.
They got some good running backs.
Yeah,
they got some good running backs. I know the running back coach very well, Brandon Baird. He's been coaching guys up very well. From what I've been seeing, the last 2 weeks, I keep up with a little bit. The running backs had 5 touchdowns, from starter down to third or fourth straight. So they've been doing great.
Well, and they also got a quarterback that's really good. A young quarterback, he's really good too. He's going to be special. And they got a receiver transfer from Thompson, Bo Jones, who actually is really good as well. So they're going to, Spain Park is going to be good. The next game, we went up north to the next game. And so see, Dex took Spain Park, so I beat him down. I took Hoover. I couldn't see Hoover go to 0-3. The next week, we went up north to Madison, James Clemens versus Bob Jones. And 2 games, 2 teams right by each other that, they just, it's like the Hoover Thompson of, or the Hoover Trustful, Trustful Thompson robbery down here. And James Clemens pulled that one out, 40-13 over Bob Jones. The next one, Tuscaloosa Academy in Aliceville. I don't know why I went against Josh Wright on this one, the head coach at TA, and took Aliceville, but he let me know about it. And TA beat them 44-23. The next one, I got them wrong. So no, sorry, we both got them right. I did get it right. My bad. The next one now I slipped up on the Gulf Shores and Faith Academy. I really thought, I know Gulf Shores got players down there. I thought Faith Academy was going to make a little difference in the game or whatever. And Gulf Shores won that one, 31-16. And Gulf Shores actually has some players down there. They're very talented down there, and they're getting a lot of kids down there to play ball. Now the next one, I don't see nobody beating this team right here. It was Saraland versus St. Paul. I'm almost about to say the University of Saraland because they're loaded. And
Yeah, they've been loaded for some years.
yeah, Ryan Williams is the best high school football player I've seen in a long time around. And so, they have a lot of players down there. And so they actually won the game 47-3, which I kind of figured they would. Like I said, they are loaded with talent down there. The quarterback, KJ Lacey. Next one, Homewood and Helena. Now, this game right here is very interesting, and interesting to say the least, because believe it or not, last year I think Helena went 5-5, and I watched them play, against Clear one time last year, and their offense was very dormant. I mean, they just was Clear put 11 in the box pretty much, and dared to throw it. They refused to throw it, try to run it. They got a great running back over there at Helena. But, this year they got a young quarterback. And believe it or not, this kid's been airing out. They're averaging, close to 50 a game right now in their first three games. And they actually beat Homewood 31-17. And they started slow, but, they got a young kid over there, Hunter Hay. He's a senior. That kid is electric. And they got Torrey Ward over there, a 6'4.5" receiver. Jump ball is just come natural to him. I mean, he's a basketball kid that can really jump. And so, they won big. Now, the team that I'm really wondering about is, out of Tuscaloosa this year. Everybody talking about Saraland. You got to get out the region. And depending on which way this team goes, it's gonna be very interesting. If they stay north or they go south. Hillcrest played Northridge, and Hillcrest beat Northridge 48-3. They just went up to. They just played a team. I want to say they're out of Mississippi, last week, and they drilled them as well. So Hillcrest right now is, believe it or not, they're rolling right now, and it's gonna be tough to. It's gonna be tough to beat them. I mean, I can see they got TJ Banks, who's committed to Ole Miss, a DB. I mean, they got a lot of kids down there they're loaded. So we're gonna move ahead on the marks into this week's games. Now, I gotta keep a running tab on this, so we all figure out where we at. And so let me get a piece of paper right here so I can, jot it down who said what. And so when Dex calling in, I'll get his. He's in a meeting right now, so I'll get his projection as well on these games here. So the first one we're gonna go with. We got Thompson versus Spain Park. The game's at Spain Park.
I just can't count on Spain Park.
Yeah, they're playing good football, but
Thompson is just old out.
They're 4-time, they're state champions, and right now they're I can't remember the last time Spain Park honestly has beaten Thompson, and coaching wise, I just can't see many coaches out here out coaching Thompson. So I got to go Thompson on this one.
I'm going Thompson, and my score prediction, I'm going 38-14.
So I guess Trent Seaborn must going to air it out on this one. Now they got Spain Park defense ain't bad now. They got the Smith kid over there. He's pretty good as well. The next game that I'm going on this right here. Anderson versus Hanley. Anderson got Jay Money, who's committed to Auburn, the DB. Their secondary is pretty doggone good. I gotta go on this one right here. I'm gonna take a wild guess, and I just can't. I'm going Hanley.
I'm taking
Take Anderson.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Next one we got is gonna be Central Phoenix City and Opelika. They don't like each other. Back in the back door.
Central Phoenix City.
Well, that was easy for you, though. Okay. I can't go against Central on that one as well. I mean,
they playing some football right now.
Yeah, they are. The next one we're gonna look at Jackson versus T.R. Miller.
You said who again? Jackson?
Mm-hmm. I'm going T.R. Miller.
Why not? I go T.R. Miller.
Next one. Now here's one right here for you right here. Tuscaloosa County, Hewitt-Trussville. That could be the game of the week. County High's undefeated.
You even be honest with
you? Yep.
Tuscaloosa County. That's my alumni. Now Hewitt-Trussville is my alumni. I love that school to death, but just from seeing, they have a great win, but it's just I can't say too much on on camera, but I'm just gonna go with Tuscaloosa County on this.
I can't go against the young kids over there at Trussville. They got a lot of young kids over there, and they from the first week they playing good right now. They're playing good. Since they lost to Phoenix City, I gotta go with Hewitt-Trussville on this one. Here's one right here that I don't know nothing about, but I wanted to make it challenging. Sylvania and Ohatchee. That's how I was going too, but hey.
I'm going Ohatchee. Go what I know.
The next we got somebody got to lose this one. In 215, Cornerstone Christian and Springwood. I'm going Cornerstone. Next one, Sardis versus Arab. I gotta go Arab too because I only know what Sardis is at. But I think they're undefeated though. Now here's a good one right here. Back in North Alabama, we got Athens versus Muscle Shoals.
Muscle Shoals.
I gotta go to Shoals too. Citrus Clay, 200 feet again. Citrus Clay County, Elmore County.
I'm gonna go Elmore on this one.
I gotta go Citrus Clay on this one. This right here, I gotta go Citrus Clay. And a last one right here. Arab versus Scottsboro.
Going with the one I know. I'm going with Arab.
Are you going Arab? I think he's going Arab because he dropped a 65 and you see that sign. But I gotta go Scottsboro. I gotta go Scottsboro on that one. And
we're gonna see.
Now the next thing we can go to the next topic, the market, what we do every week, we have a full moon player of the week. And our player of the week this week is gonna be out of Pickens County, below Tuscaloosa there, Santonio Jones. I mean, this little kid is electric. He had 2 punt returns for a touchdown. And he caught about a 60-yard touchdown pass. I mean, when I tell you this kid is like, he's been starting varsity since I think 8th grade. I mean, he's special. He ain't just like your typical kid out here. He's the small kid. I mean, but he kind of reminds you of Javari Johnson. I mean, they're about the same size in high school, um, and he's going to join us here now. He's going to come in and join us here, and we'll talk a little football with him. Great kid. I mean, great work ethics and whatnot. And this, I mean, this, I mean, he is, one good kid. So I'm waiting him to join us now. Here we go. Santonio Jones.
What's up?
LJ, they call you. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, I'm doing good. Hey, I want to talk a little football with you here. I mean, congratulations. You've been named the Full Moon Player of the Week this week. And let's tell us, we got DeMarcus Kelly on here with us.
What's up, big dog?
Hey, just let me know. Tell me, how is right now, you being one of the older guys? I mean, you've been starting varsity since what, 8th, 9th grade?
Yes, sir.
8th grade. So you've been starting varsity, 8th grade, and so all these years you played, in the shadows. You had to go out there and play football. Now you being one of the older guys, like you're a 5th year senior pretty much, because you've been around 5 years and stuff. So what's been the difference now, as you being the guy that's go out there and play football, so you had to be a team leader?
I feel like those first couple years, you just gotta wait your turn. Watch the older guys, watch them lead. So now that I'm a senior, I can lead by example and do those things.
And that's one thing I can say, from your parents. You got, great parents that are gonna make sure you do that. And other question, ask a couple of questions here. Hey, how important last year y'all made the state championship? Unfinished business. I mean, how much has Coach Williams done instilled to y'all this year finishing the job? I know last year you was, you're a step away from getting that ring and stuff, until now how important it is to finish this year.
He tells us every day in practice, finish through the line, finish through the drill, everything. Everything is about finishing. We always get there, we lose. I've been twice through my high school career. I've been twice. It would have came up short, so really tired of that. So just trying to get over the hump now.
You made it 2 more times than I ever made it. I ain't never made it past second round, player.
Now, here's a question for you. I mean, I know, I used to always, get on to you and stuff, but how much has, how much does 707 really help you? I mean, coming from a small school at Pickens County to competing with all the big guys, the 7A guys on the national level, and showing everybody that if just because you came from a small school, how successful, how much did it help you in your game?
First of all, I would like to say you really was a big help. You showing me no matter the name, it don't matter. None of that matter. You want everybody to tell, so I want to appreciate you for that, for real. But as a player, I would have to say, as a receiver wise, I have to say awareness. Like, it taught me how to sit in the hole. If this DB do that, how to run this route. But just the biggest thing, I would have to say confidence. I get to go and get this 5-star, and I get to show him out. Once you do that, it's easy. When I get back to high school ball, it's nothing.
So and I totally agree. That's why I tell everybody, once you go out here and compete with with all your top guys, when you go out to your school, the game slows down. I mean, it really slows down, and people don't realize how much it's getting those additional reps that you normally didn't get, at your school, that you're not getting at your school or whatnot, and you get those reps now. How beneficial it is for you to, instead of being at home playing Xbox or playing PlayStation, you out here grinding and getting those reps. Now, here's the big question for you. You at your senior year now. I mean, your final go around, you got you're early enrollee. And I know you've been, on the road, visiting and stuff. And it's been, your parents have been really supportive of you. What what's the four schools down to right now?
It's always open, but the four right now, I probably have to say Jacksonville State, UNA, Tennessee Tech, and Shorter University.
So what?
Good schools.
Now I ain't gonna let the cat out the bag, but what? How important is it for you to say, you know, coming from a small town like Pickens County, and no matter if you was in Wyoming playing, I know right now your mom and your dad is gonna come see you play. But how important is it for you to be in a situation where it's making it easier for them? They ain't gotta come 10 hours to see you play, and then get back on the road. Got to drive back 10 hours to go back home. How important is it for you to be closer to your parents to where they can support you? Like because you never know what happens, and you always need that tough love, and whatnot. And I mean, you need that parents like get on your butt. You need to do this, you need to do that, and not just sitting here telling you that, but being able to put eyes upon you. How important is that?
I feel like they can sacrifice so much for me just to get to where I'm at today. So just even be able to have a chance to pay them back, I'm thankful, I'm blessed. So everything I'm doing is for me, but I really want to see them happy. I want to see myself happy with them happy too.
Well, say Tony, I really appreciate you taking the time out, to come on with us today. And I want to say once again, you've been selected as a full moon player of the year. I mean, player of the week. We will have a full moon player of the year banquet at the end of the year, as for us bringing all of the winners back in and having a player of the year at the end, and keep going out doing what you're doing and stuff. And who y'all play this Friday?
Barry.
So y'all play them home or away?
It's away. We got to go to them this year. They came there last.
I gotta get down there and see y'all play because after I heard y'all PA announcer at y'all last game on your punt return, I'm like, man, it's all right. Hey, DeMarc, this guy said that he's headed to the concession stand. I mean, I'm serious. It wasn't. I mean, this guy was saying, hey, he's going left. He's cut across the field. Oh, he's headed to the concession stand. I was like, hey, I mean, I got to get down there and see you play and stuff, especially with all the support your family's done and whatnot. I'm definitely gonna come see you play. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I got one thing. Let me tell you one thing, bro. I'm 27. I play baseball, pro athlete, pro baseball player. Keep grinding, like grind till nobody can tell you no more, bro. Like stay active, like this right here. You're gonna have to keep that in check, bro, because a lot of what I'm saying, this can't say too much, say people in here, but you know how women here, bro. Like, what I'm saying? Like, want to retire your folks, bro. It don't matter what school you go to, guess what? You got talent, NFL gonna see you.
Yes, sir.
So just keep balling, bro. Keep God first and keep shining. I'm gonna definitely be watching out for you, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing, my brother, but God bless, stay safe.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
All right, hey, have a good one, Santonio.
Yes, sir. You too, Coach.
Right. Hey, that was Antonio L.J. Jones, Pickens County. I'm gonna tell you, DeMarcus, the kid, he's like, I mean, night and day. Like he said, confidence to when he first came out there. I was like, I stayed on him, and like a light bulb clicked in. I mean, it is like, I can do this. It's easy for me. And great kid, great family, whatnot. So, hey, what we're gonna do now, Marcus? We're gonna shift gears a little bit. We move away from the high school just a little bit and talk a little bit about college.
Okay.
And the first one I'm gonna talk about is, I'm one of those that I'm big about, respect. And just seeing how Coach Rule, Nebraska district was disrespecting Coach Prime and whatnot. I mean, and people say what they want to or whatnot. They can love it, whatever, hate it. Deion's gonna be Deion. Deion was the same way at Florida State, same way, Cowboys, San Fran, Baltimore, wherever he played at. he made a difference. Jackson State made a difference. Everybody's question is, how can someone get 85 kids, scholarship kids, not counting the walk-ons, but getting them to play together and jail that fast?
Easy.
Exactly. I say it's very easy too. It's very easy.
Yeah, it's either you want to be here or you don't.
Exactly.
It's simple.
Yep.
It's either you're gonna cooperate or you're not gonna cooperate.
Yep.
If you're not gonna cooperate, great. It's great for the have you, but you gotta go. As simple as that.
Yep. Another thing he did too, people don't realize. Everybody talk about Deion, what he did, whatnot, but people are not looking behind the scenes. He's got a hell of a staff. I mean, Charles Kelly, Sal Sinceri. I mean, you just keep name them. And he's got one of the guys who played 7-on-7 on my very first team, director of recruiting up there, and worked in the recruiting department. And Coach Prime has really done something that he made himself go from being, he at Jackson State, there's Jackson State or whatever. He's winning at Jackson State because he went out and got all these Division I guys playing at Jackson State. Now he's at Boulder. Colorado had been prevalent since Coach McCarthy was there when Cordell Stewart, Ray Caruth, Rashawn Salam, Eric Bieniemy, those guys were there. Now, you talk about, and it's tough because, you think about it now, they're 2-0. They did jumped in the poll. This came out a little while ago. They got in-state rivalry this week, Colorado State. They should be 3-0. They got to go to Oregon the week after to play, Oregon. Now,
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I don't want to jump the gun too early. I still got Colorado.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I do too, because we don't know what quarterback gonna show up at Oregon for one.
That's why I said what I said. Like
now,
go Colorado. Like the man almost has 1,000 yards within 3 games.
No, 2 games, not 3. 2.
2 games.
Yes.
He's literally 100 yards away from being 1,000 yards. Right.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm one of those naysayers. I played against, Shedeur in 7-on-7. I was like, he okay. The 4-star rating, that's because his dad. On All-American, that's because his dad. He's proven everybody wrong. And you look at Travis Hunter this week, and his eyes had a solid game. You look at his stat column, he had 2 catches, 73 yards. I mean, he gonna get hit, but everybody's expecting him to do something crazy. But the one thing I like about what Shedeur has done, he had 2 receivers last week over 100. This week, he had another receiver had 170 that wasn't even one of those 2. So that means he's spreading the ball around, reading the field, finding the hole, the mismatches. That tells he's not locking on to one receiver.
Just one receiver.
Yeah, and going with that one receiver. He's spreading the ball around. I myself, look at it and see that, I'm even looking at farther on, and 3 weeks from now, USC coming to Boulder, and if I'm gonna tell you, if Prime sits here and pulls out the Oregon and the USC game, they ain't got to win no more. He's the national coach of the year. Easy. Hands down. And he's done it in his way. He ain't sit here and put on this persona. Oh, I'm going to sit here and, put blinders on and have this. I'm going to change who I am. This, that, and the other. No. He's been primed. Like he said, if they're by 20, he told the kids, go dance. You saw yesterday, Shedeur broke out, the old Prime shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they're having fun. Football is about having fun. You know, everybody's NIL has affected a lot of the football and stuff. A whole lot, and everybody's living off the NIL. And I get that, but you ain't having fun
Yeah.
right now. Colorado's having fun. I mean, and now let's go to another game. And speaking of that, the Texas versus Alabama. Yeah, I was there and witnessed, what I saw, whatnot. And I just, one thing I'm gonna say is Malachi Moore played his butt off. And what we saw yesterday was Malachi Moore of a freshman.
From a freshman.
All around the field, making plays, doing what he does best. But the problem I'm seeing is who's gonna help him? Who's helping him? I mean, you got, a lot of the prima donnas, but they're not stepping up and making plays. I mean, not calling anybody, out or anything like that. But I look at on on the sideline, me and one of the DBs who played like 09 to 12 won I think 2 national championships there and came in with that class with Trent Richardson, Nico Johnson, all of them. We were standing right beside each other and not calling a name. And his thing was,
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, his thing was, he's man. When I was here, they weren't playing no music here. He said, they walking out here with jury on all this stuff, and it's like he's a time, these don't change or whatnot. But I wouldn't say times have changed. It's been more so of the fact that they don't have, a lot more money is affecting the game, and you ain't got that, I'm playing the game for the love of the game. Like you look at, like say, you Colorado, for example. Yeah, Shador, Travis Hunter, they got NIL deals, but they gym rats to love the game to want to get better. And it's whereas Bama's been every year has been every year Bama's been 3 and done. Because guys leaving early for for the draft and everything, and they don't have too many guys stay 4 years, but I just see that it's gonna there's gonna be a lot of changes that for them to now the season ain't over because same thing happened.
They can still make it. They still have a shot.
Yeah,
they definitely still have a shot.
Mm-hmm. And and I think yesterday was a wake up call, for them, to hey, we can't just show up anymore and pose our will and team will lay down because
you actually got to play.
You got to play because like yesterday, I saw on Twitter people talking about that. They're talking about that Texas was being disrespectful, standing on in the middle of the field on the scripted A or whatever. And I'm one of those that is all about respect, but also we got to reflect back and look what Bama did last year with the horns down. Yeah, with the horns down. So, I mean, it was just different. I mean, and Texas wanted more. I mean, when Bama made plays, when they made plays or whatever, the problem was Texas came right back and made plays. So, I mean, you can't leave your defense out there for so long to make them, win the ball game for you. Yeah, you can say they gave up 34 points, but also look at how many plays.
Way too many penalties. I was just way too many penalties.
Mental. You only had 100 yards penalties alone, and he threw 2 picks, and so it's whereas they gotta go back to the drawing board this week. Go to South Florida. Not. I feel sorry for South Florida because it's always after Bama loss. And,
oh man, the next team just catches.
Yeah, they gonna catch it and stuff. The next one game I want to talk about is the Auburn and Cal game. I know your brother played, at Auburn. Amari, he been on the show with us early. Amari played with me, And to go out to Cal across the country, and get a win 10-7, you know, it shows that, Coach Freeze is trying to turn things around down there. But just like other places, I still feel that their quarterback situation is not resolved either. And, it's gonna be I just think that them and Bama both, at the end, Bama could have a situation like it did that year at Ole Miss when they won the national championship when they benched the starter and they brought in 14 and they won it. And so, I think Robbie getting hurt doesn't help. That doesn't help Auburn either because Robbie's a great athlete with his legs. He may not be a great passer, but with his legs, he's very dangerous. And Auburn has the receivers. They're still young. I mean, they're a young team or whatnot, but the more you allow them to hang around and pick up wins, their confidence is going to grow.
Yeah, and I can see it growing week by week. It's just it's just tough. It's just tough because you have to have a quarterback lead the team.
Yep.
And you have no quarterback. It's gonna be a bit. Eventually, I'm not wishing it, but it's gonna come down here.
Yep.
It's just like you don't want to repeat of last season. You didn't have a leader, so you just need leaders. That's the only thing to it.
I agree. Hey, I'm turning our heads now to another game that this past week, and no one's really talked about it, but in-state rivalry here in Alabama, HBCU, Miles College goes down to Montgomery on campus and upsets Alabama State. Coach Sam Shade's second year over there, and
he's doing. And to be honest with you, he's a lot of those players. I'm not gonna say a lot, but some of those players he got at Miles played in the pitch.
Yep. And the other thing too is people don't realize too how many his staff he's got on his staff over there. George Pugh, who used to be the head coach at A&M, coach that and played at Alabama. He's got Bama's only Thorpe Award winner, who won the only Thorpe Award at Bama. Who still holds the record there with interception. Antonio Langham coaching DBs. So, Coach Shade has put together. He got a chance to get his guys in, and he's getting like last year. He was handcuffed because he had to play with what was left over by the old staff. Now this year, a lot of those guys who played last year can't see the field because he got a chance to get his recruiting class in. They went down to Montgomery and thumped Bama State.
Yeah, it's a lot of Hornets that are not too happy right now.
Now I wanted
on social media.
I wanted Eddie Robinson saying that Sam Shade ain't swag either.
I just know from what I've seen on social media from last night until this morning, there's a lot of very unhappy people. But shout out to Miles College, man. That's huge.
Yep.
That's huge for real.
When Golden Bear
continue playing good, hopefully next couple of years they might make the jump, to the swag maybe.
Yep. I want to look ahead a little bit, and just looking ahead and looking at some of where are they now? You look at it and you look around, the markets and see some of these guys and stuff that you played with or whatnot, and it's been really impressed, seeing Pierce Quick out and Baylor Michael Wayne out there coaching in Northern Arizona, continuing doing what they're doing, Rudy giving them an opportunity to be out there and stuff. And it's really, people, a lot of times, downplay the talent in football in the city of Birmingham. And I always say the city of Birmingham, I'm talking about, the Trustfuls, the Thompsons, the whole metro area, but just looking ahead and this year recruiting cycle and just looking at some of the players that the 24 that are making a difference already at on campus at their university right now. It just says a lot. You look at Peter Woods up at Clemson. Peter might be the defensive player, the freshman of the year in the country. Just played this time last year. He was just playing at Thompson High School, and just really doing what he do best. I mean,
He's always been a dog.
Yep.
I'm tired of seeing him and Amari play against each other. Between him and Jeremiah, they always been some dogs. So,
and
I can see. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all not to see him not doing big things now. I follow him on social media, and I've been seeing, he's been in the weight room.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I talked to him a few days ago, and I talked to his D-line coach just about 3 or 4 days ago, and he was telling me, he said, the first thing he told me, he said, you ain't gonna believe what your boy maxed out on the bench. So I was like, that's about 440, like that. He said, no. I said, what? He maxed out, true freshman, at 500 pounds. I mean, it's unheard of.
Yeah, to the words of my mouth. Like that's literally the last person that I know for a fact was lifting 500 pounds as a freshman and played D line was Deron Payne.
Exactly.
That's literally the last person I knew who was lifting weight like that.
Yep.
It was him, and if I'm not, was it him and Jalen Hurts that had the same max, or was it him? He didn't play with Derrick Henry, did he? His freshman year, or did he?
Like, no, he didn't. They came in the same time. Jalen wasn't doing 500, but they came in the same time. I don't think Deron didn't come in. No, Deron didn't come in. But Deron came in a year tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
because he was a year younger than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even looking at college, I'm just looking at schedule wise. Unless something changes this year, it's gonna be tough beating them dogs.
Yeah, I just say because the whole, to be honest with you, the whole everything just looks mediocre right now.
And not just that, the vibe that you get when you go to Athens is the vibe that you used to get when you in T-Town.
It's amazing.
I mean, because everybody, like a lot of the staff over there at Georgia used to be at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one of the big things that you're, dealing with there. And, they're winning, they're recruiting. One of my DBs that played with me, he's probably going to be, a leave early, a first round pick this year. Kamari Lassiter, been playing since a freshman over there. And it just shows how, the state let guys slip away because, everybody was, like Bama kind of slow played him, wanted to take him and whatnot. Even Georgia kind of slow played, wasn't sure about him until Clemson came in and offered him, and then they jumped on him, and then Bama tried to come back later on, but hey, it was too late then.
Yeah.
And so we can do, DeMarcus, it's been a great show today and stuff. Whatnot, got everything in covered, and his high school, we got some key matchups coming up, and down the road and stuff, and get to see how. I just want to see how that region, the super region, with Hoover, Trussville, Thompson really shake up, because it's really, I mean, even though Hoover got 2 losses, they don't mean nothing, because what's going to happen is Thompson and Hoover plays each other the last game of the year. Then you think about that, they got to turn around more than likely, play each other again in 3 weeks after that. But then before that, you're going to have one of them going to play Trussville in 2 weeks. So that region, you got to almost get through everybody twice to get to the state championship. Now, I think they can just.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very, very tough.
And the team I'm interested in seeing, though, is in 6A. It's going to be tough between who gets out of here. You're talking about, Clay is rolling. They're rolling. You got Hillcrest is rolling. Mount
He
Brook,
put the SmackDown on Pale City. I didn't.
yeah, Mount Brook is rolling. It's gonna. I mean, it's gonna be an interesting, down the stretch, of high school. In 5A, you got Moody. Moody's rolling. I mean, and so they got a quarterback over there transferred from Mount Brook, and he's doing well. And even like Mount Brook, there's a lot of new quarterbacks. Like the Mount Brook quarterback, John Cooper. He could have been if he had been anywhere else, he would be starting. Anywhere else, a 3-year starter. Any other high school. But he waited his time at Mount Brook, and it's his team now, his show, and they got some players over there. And so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, the marks tonight and stuff, and we'll be back on next week. And I appreciate you coming on with us and stuff. The show ran good, and next week, back same time, same place. And I'm waiting on that. We got a special guest down the road. I've already got lined up that Hoover Thompson. We got a great Hoover legend, a Pro Bowler gonna be on with us. That Hoover game. We always every year, we always bet each other and stuff on that game and whatnot. So he's agreed to come on with us. Marlon Humphrey be on with us. The Hoover Thompson game, and is this I've been blessed to be able to see these kids out here reach their goals, and I hope everybody stay healthy this week. Have a great week of high school, and we'll see y'all Sunday.
All right. Appreciate you.
All right, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.